Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I prepared something special for you. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make an AI web scraping agent. So what this AI agent is going to allow you to do, this automation essentially, is that whatever URL you upload to this automation, it will automatically scrape all the data which you are requesting. And I'll show you how in just a second. But let's discuss, how could this be used for your business? So, if you were let's say a graphic designer and you need more leads for your business and you want to target, let's say, dentist clinics that don't have websites, right? You could use this automation, which I just created, to go ahead and scrape all of the dentists in whatever city, whatever town, whatever location you choose, right, from a certain directory. And you could get all of their information. You could get their emails, you could get their first names, last names, the name of the company. And what we're going to do is basically this automation saves all of the info into a Google Sheets. So then after you have the automation successfully save all of this data for you that it's captured, you could go ahead and put this data into, whatever you want to do with it, right? You could outreach to these leads. You could do essentially whatever you want to do. So without over explaining everything, I'm going to show you how to set it up really quickly. As you can see, I have n8n open here, and if you don't have n8n, it's very simple to create an account. I think n8n will give you 14 days free, basically just to allow you to get familiar with the platform, to learn how to make automations. It's very straightforward, very simple to do. But you can see here, I have about 6 nodes, including the manual trigger. So I'm just going to show you exactly how the automation works. So there's a couple of things we're going to need before we start this automation. We're going to need Google API keys. We're going to need Open API keys as well. And we're also going to need an API key from a website called n8n. And I'll show you how to get those in just a second. So let's break it down, right? So the first thing we have here is the manual trigger. So basically after we trigger our workflow, we're going to make a request to n8n through this HTTPS request. What this is going to do is pull all the information, extract it into our information extractor. After we've extracted all the information which we want, we're going to use OpenAI to reason through all of this information to take out the bits and pieces that we're requesting. After we do this, we're going to then split out all of the information that we wanted into the format which we need, so that way our result is a little bit more organized. And then lastly, we'll put all of this information into Google Sheets. So I have a Google Doc here, or a Google spreadsheet. It's empty as you see now. Alright, so let's just test the workflow and test the automation and see how it goes. Alright, so as you can see, the entire workflow was successfully executed. So let's open up our Google Docs spreadsheet and see. Alright, so as you guys can see, all this information was just extracted for us from the website. And essentially, yeah, that's how the automation will work. Now, let me break down to you how to actually get this to work. How do you set up this automation? So like I said, first thing we're going to do is create a trigger. Now, secondly, after we'll set up the trigger, we'll go ahead and we'll make a GET request to this URL. And the URL which I extracted all that data from was actually just Yellow Pages. So what you do essentially, you'll find any URL you want to use. Essentially, any of these like categories here. You could do auto body shops, barber shops, literally anything, right? So you'll just go ahead and click it. Like let's click here on attorneys. You'll go ahead, click on the category which you want, or the page which you want to scrape. Go ahead and copy this URL. The next thing you want to open up is a website called n8n AI. Alright, so you're going to go to your dashboard. First thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and paste in that URL which you just copied. And I know it might seem like a lot, but just bear with me and just follow along. This is exactly what you'll need to do. So go ahead, paste your URL here. And what this is going to do is generate a n8n URL over here. And this is the one you're going to copy. So after that, you go ahead, place the URL which you just obtained here. And of course, since this is a new node, Gina AI has an API key which we're going to need. So essentially what you're going to do is go ahead to set up a generic conditional type, go ahead and set up header authentication, and then you're going to make a new credentials. So you're going to click new credentials here. You're going to go to Gina AI and click on manage API key. And this will be available to you after you make your account. So they'll give you a key. What you'll go ahead and do is copy this key, go back to n8n, paste the key here, and create a new credential and just name it like, authorizations, head authorization account, or something like that. So now that that step's complete, it's very simple. We're going to go ahead and add an information extractor. Also very simple to do, but there's one little prompt which we want to tweak. So this is the system prompt for the information extractor. We're telling it you are an expert extraction algorithm. Only extract relevant information from the text. If you do not know the value of an attribute asked to extract, you may omit the attribute's value. Always output the data in a JSON array called results. Each lead should have a company name, email, phone number, availability, rating, score, and website. Now, of course, you could tweak these things to whatever you need from, the website that you need to be scraped for whatever purposes. You could change this here, right? So you could say you just want first name, last name. You could say you only want the phone number, availability. You could even, ask for things like location. So after you do this, of course, this step is complete. We're just going to move on. We're going to set up a split out array. Essentially, this is going to categorize all of the information for us, all of the results. Then we're going to open the Google Sheets. So in my other videos, I've already shown briefly how you would go ahead and create credentials for Google. And after you do it once, you don't have to do it ever again. So what I'm going to do, I already have mine created. I'm just going to use my credentials. Then we're going to go ahead and create a sheet within a document. We're going to click this one. We're going to select a pinned or update row. Essentially, this is going to allow us to either create new rows or update the existing rows if there's new information. Then we're going to choose from the list of documents the document which we want to actually put all of our, the data which we've just obtained. I have a document that I've made already here. Then we're going to pick from the list a sheet. We're going to pick sheet 1. And the next part, this is very important, we're going to map automatically. It might not work right unless you set it correctly, so just use map automatically. And after that's set, we could go here. Lastly, create the OpenAI credentials that I was saying that we would need earlier. Go ahead and connect it. It's the same way that you do Google. They have documentations on how to do this, so the process is very simple and easy. Go ahead and choose the model which you want to use. It honestly doesn't really matter, especially for this type of automation. We're not asking it to write anything complex, so any model from OpenAI should do. So now that I've done this, I'm going to go ahead and actually clear out this entire sheet. I'm going to delete all this information so the new information is put there. Alright, so now that this is clean. Alright, so now that that document's clear, I'm going to show you guys, just like in the beginning, how the automation will work. And it's very simple. So we're going to go ahead, test the workflow, and just wait for the magic to happen. Alright, so now it looks like the information actually was put to our Google Docs, so let's see the results. Alright guys, and just like that, very simply, we were able to extract all this information from our yellow page. So now we have all of our leads. These are people which we could reach out to later because now we have their website, their phone number, availability, and essentially, right, if the information wasn't available, the AI just didn't put it there. And yeah, so essentially that's how the automation works, right? If we ever need to use this data and reach out to these leads in any other way, let's say through email, we could do it the same way. And you could see how this automation can help you save hours and hours, because if you're a business, you're gonna have to spend time actually going through these websites, contacting these leads. It can take all day, right? So this automation can easily save you about 15 hours a week, 40 hours a week, right? This will definitely increase the efficiency of your business processes. So If you want to see how this automation works in depth, I have a community of like-minded people who are actually trying to expand their knowledge upon AI and automation. If you want to see how all of these things are actually made step by step, just go there and I'll see you on the inside. If you like this content, please leave a comment, subscribe. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.